Ashley Herbert Popa is Director of Product Marketing at Tellent, a premier talent management suite that enables people teams to improve the full employee life cycle. She single-handedly built a cross-functional, multidisciplinary product marketing team and has recently moved the team from execution-based to a more strategic arm of the company. And her career is rooted in sales, and with the last 6 years, she started to move more to product marketing roles in scaling SaaS companies within the Netherlands. Her talk is going to be about what does product marketing really do, and why do we actually need it. Please welcome onto the stage, Ashley.
Hello. Thanks for being here. Just to get a feel for the room, please raise your hand if you're a product marketer. Wow, there's quite a few actually. Okay, nice. That's good to see. Well, you can go take a coffee break or go to the restroom because I think you know all of this stuff already. For those of you who didn't raise your hand already, who feels extremely confident to get up here and tell everybody what product marketing does? No. Okay. Well, I'm in the right place then. That's good to hear. Don't know how to work this, but here we go. So it's nice to see that the talk is hopefully going to be helpful for everybody to understand what product marketing does, as it is a bit of a black box for a lot of people. I will tell you everything that April just said. That's what we do, and I think I'm done now, so we can wrap it up. Now, what you'll walk away today with is an idea for what product marketing does, what kind of challenges in your company we can help you solve, what do we need to be successful, because we are very cross-functional and usually work in smaller teams, so we do need a lot of help from a lot of people, and how to know when you need a product marketer if you don't already have one in your organization. So, here we go. Product marketing, I think, can be summed up in this very nice, simple image of what we do. So, we cover a lot within an organization. We're very cross-functional, so we work with a lot of different teams. For example, I work with customer success, marketing, product, sales, C-levels. So we're really all across the board, which is both really nice, but also very challenging about product marketing. And we can handle a lot. We cover a lot of different topics. We're typically more T-shaped marketers, so that is, again, both a really exciting part of product marketing, but also a really big challenge. This is a lot for one person to handle, especially if you're a product marketer on a solo product marketing team, which a lot of product marketers are. And it seems impossible for one person to handle because it is. We can do this, and maybe your product marketer will do all of this, but typically not all at the same time. So product marketing is the best when we're aligned closely to the business objectives, which change over time based on your company size and your growth stage, and whatever challenges that you're facing at the time. So I'm going to walk you through what we've done at what is now Tellent, but was Recruity. I broke it down into 4 phases because that's sort of how I've seen the last 4 years of our journey at Recruity, and walk you through the different challenges, which you may have similar challenges at your own company right now. What we did to help solve some of those. We didn't do it alone, and not to say that we were the silver bullet that made everything amazing and wonderful, but it definitely moved the needle and helped the organization. So, phase 1. We were just getting started. We were a newer company. I joined as a solo PMM. We had product marketing before, but we weren't really getting into things just yet. We were a startup, bootstrapped, getting a lot of really great traction, so it's not like I came in to save a burning building, but we were a bit all over the place, as most startups are. All inbounds, if sales was going really well, we were getting some traction. But we were facing some challenges. The sales team was wild, wild west, basically. Everybody doing their own thing. There was no pitch deck. Everybody put together their own slides and decided what was important to talk about. We were trying to, differentiate ourselves. We were trying to go against some prospect questions that people had. Sales, marketing, CS, and product were all very segmented and siloed as well. So marketing had no idea what was going on with product. Product had no idea what was going on with CS and with sales, and sales just kind of made up what we were doing. So it wasn't a lot of consistency and coordination and internal communication. And there was no scalable way for us to launch the different features that we were working on in product. There wasn't any kind of scalable tactics that we were doing. It was all just, well, we have this feature coming out tomorrow, so maybe we post on socials and call it a day. So what we did in product marketing is we created a single story through a pitch deck, not as nice and fancy as what April just presented, but we were just getting started, so it was version 1 of that. And this was a single story for sales, CS, marketing to use on what we did, who we were, where we fit into the whole recruitment marketing space or recruitment tech space. And yes, this is all in our pitch deck. So our very first pitch deck. We acted as a bridge between the different internal teams, marketing, product. So marketing knew what we were doing in product. CS knew what we were doing in product. Vice versa, if CS was working on something, marketing knew about it. Also, marketing was able to actually speak to customers, find out who our customers were, and get more information. And we created a launch playbook so we could measure the impact of what a launch was going to be. So not every feature is a game changer. Mr. Smith is not going to switch over from a competitor to us because of this feature, but maybe because of that feature. So you don't want to spend all of your time working on something that's more of a nice to have for your current customers. In the next phase, we were moving up market. We had different customers, new challenges that they were facing that we didn't quite understand yet. Bigger companies, we needed to build more complex features. We were also facing different competitors, so we needed to, again, differentiate ourselves. What made us different? I think our tagline at the time was like automate, attract, predict or something, which could be basically any tool out there ever. What does that even mean? So we needed to figure out how we differentiate ourselves, how we stand out in a really crowded market. And we needed more information on our customers as well. So what we did in product marketing is we delivered detailed competitor information to the sales team. We did a competitor analysis on each one of the markets that we were in, so they understood, well, this competitor is really good at this, so here's how you go at it from this angle. This information was also sometimes passed to our customers as well, so they could get an idea for the other people in the space as well, and be really transparent about, why we were different, why we thought we were better. We built a customer advisory board. This was a group of customers that were more upmarket in the space that we wanted to be in, so we could better understand what their challenges were, how they were different from who we've been working with previously, and just get closer to them so we could, basically have an idea for who we were serving. Put a face to the name to it, if you will. We launched a new strategic narrative, which I think you'll hear more about today, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on that. But our strategic narrative, I think, as a product marketer, is the most impactful thing I've ever done for any company ever. It is, again, our story, which, I think it's you who's talking about it. It is our story, and it has impacted every single thing that we've done as a company, both at Recruity and even now as we've merged into Tellent. So it's my pride and joy. It's my non-actual baby, my work baby, if you will. But yeah, it's something I'm really proud of, and it's really nice to see, even after all these years, after we've launched it, that it continues to come back, continues to drive our strategy as a company. And yeah, it's made a big impact to differentiate ourselves in the market. And of course, we launched or iterated on our launches, came out with new enablement materials to help support the story that we were trying to sell. Phase 3. This was a challenging time. We had just come out of COVID, and the economy was not doing so well. And if you're working for a company that's selling a hiring tool to people who aren't hiring, it's a little challenging. So we had to figure out what our next goal was going to be, and that was going all in on retaining the customers that we had, since new business probably wasn't going to be as as good as it had been in the past. We were going up against more all-in-one tools. A lot of CFOs, a lot of finance teams were saying, hey, we need to cut budgets, you need to figure something out here, and having something that was like an HR and an ACS all-in-one was a little bit more cost efficient. So we were having a lot of discussions about why a standalone tool was so important to have versus an all-in-one. We were also in different markets where we were not from that market, so that's a challenging thing to go up against as well. If you're trying to sell in Germany and you're not German, well, good luck. So we had to figure out how to be a little bit more local or appear more local. So a few things that we did in product marketing. We launched an onboarding and retention program to help our customers get the most value out of Recruity as early as possible, with the idea that if they see what kind of value can be provided within the first few days, if they see the value in it, then they're going to continue to stay with us. The tool is going to be much more sticky, it's going to be much more in their process of hiring, and they're going to stay longer with us. We created new enablements around all-in-one tools versus standalone tools, so we could have these discussions, we could have these arguments, and enablement went from everywhere from blogs on the website to specific pieces that our sales team was using to different types of ads and things. So enablement was all encompassing. And we scaled launches again and went all in on product education. Just to be more in-depth, provide that information to our customers to be able to use the tool better, to be able to use the tool more efficiently, and also based on what they were going through, which is probably layoffs or merges or not hiring. What do you do when you're not hiring as a recruiter? And we went really hyper-relevant with which markets we were in. How do we look more German if we're not German, for example? And phase 4, this is where we are now. We are now Tellent, so we've merged 3 product lines into one brand. This is a brand new challenge we're just getting started with, so I can tell you what we are going to be working on or what we've started to work on, but it's a long journey to go. We are straddling a need of how do we maintain revenue for 3 product lines while growing into a brand and perhaps transforming this into a platform. So we need to be both looking at the now and looking 2-3 years down the line. The products that we have are serving different markets, different customer segments, different company sizes, and the products are all at different maturity levels and serve different maturity level companies. So that's a really interesting thing to navigate. How do we find that middle ground between all of them? How do we get certain product lines to develop faster while, maybe slowing down this other product line that's doing really well? We have new employees. So I have new product team members who have never heard of product marketing. I have new sales team members, new CS team members, marketing team members. Everybody's trying to learn the different product lines, figure out what each other does, and see how we fit into each other's day-to-day. So that is an internal challenge, maybe you recognize if you've gone through a merge. And we're only hiring for sort of urgent roles that need to be filled. So it's not like my product marketing team, 2 of which are here. We had 3, except for me, 4, I guess, including me, before the merge, and we have 4 still. So our amount of people, we haven't just thrown bodies at the problem here. We have to look again at what we're doing, how we're serving the company, and completely change how we've structured the team. So what we are going to do in product marketing, what we've already started to do, is to standardize launches across all of our product lines. This just makes it easier to scale and to fit 3 people across 3 product lines, supported by a marketing team. Amp up our competitor, customer, and market research. There's a lot of unknowns, and it's really inconsistent what kind of research has been done for each product line. And again, we have to look towards this platform level as well. Who will be our buyer there? What kind of company do they have? What do they look like? What do they care about? Completely different. So we need to amp that up, level it out a bit, see what's needed. Making new introductions within the company as well. Product marketing is a lot of stakeholder management, a lot of talking to people, a lot of, I don't want to say schmoozing, boozing, but a lot of schmoozing maybe. So yeah, we have to make those connections, show our value, say, hey, this is why it's helpful for you to invest a bit of time in getting to know us and involving us in the process as well. I think that's the big thing is please just invite me to the meeting and I'll help you. And creating new strategic narratives, creating those new positioning frameworks, the messaging docs, so we're all on the same page here. Now, we don't work in a vacuum. We need help from a lot of different people within the company. We typically work in smaller teams, and therefore execution power is not super big. So to amplify what our impact is going to be, we need other people with us. So we need to be brought into roadmap decisions, product roadmap decisions, and key business decisions early, so we know how to help, we know what kind of value to bring, and we know how to address the problems that the company is having. We need to be given a voice across the company. Again, we're very cross-functional. We need to, and we typically tend to be more influencers than decision makers. So being able to have a voice in the company where we can jump on an all-hands call and talk about what we're doing, or tag on to somebody's meeting, that's really helpful. Be trusted to do our job. We are both strategic and execution-based, so we do need a lot of trust to make quick decisions and sort of change what we're doing maybe halfway through, with the idea that at the end of the day, if the business goals are solved, or business challenges are solved, then we're all happy. We need to access knowledge from internal stakeholders, especially when it comes to customer-facing teams. So yes, we are very close to the customer. It's, I think in product marketing, we're sort of that unbiased party. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're not trying to upgrade you. We didn't build the product, so we're good people to speak to for customers, but we don't always speak the language of our customers. We can't do it at scale either. We're not in every sales call. We're not in every CS call or support ticket. So having access to that knowledge is really helpful. Cooperated with, again, we cannot do all of this by ourselves. So we definitely need to at least be invited to the meeting. That's sort of my MVP request, is just invite me to the meeting and I'll help you figure out if you need us, if we can help, and how we can sort of scale this. Supported by senior leadership. Again, strategic narratives will be talked about in a bit, but to implement a strategic narrative, no way in hell it would have been done if my C-level didn't have 100% buy-in in what I was presenting. So you need that 100%. And communicated too, so we know where to provide value. And when do you need a product marketer? If you want your sales team to increase their win rates and spend more time selling, less time convincing people, please buy this feature. If you're struggling to adapt to new competitors, new markets, and customer requirements, if you have a retention problem, if you're lacking the data to make informed decisions about product roadmaps, go-to-markets, strategies, etc., if you're bringing in customers who aren't staying for a long time with you, probably not the right customers. And if prospects and customers aren't understanding your value. And the value part is really important because I do think product marketing, where we provide or where we do our best work, is sort of this bridge between external, internal, understanding our audience, whether that's external customers and prospects or internal stakeholders, and understanding what value they need and providing that information to them at the right time and the right place. So,